So I am calling on now the last speaker for this session. That is Tonye AI. Are you an AI? Yeah, so there's an AI in your name. Onyanabo. Tonye AI, Onyanabo. Are you an AI? I mean, is that a short form or anyway, just for the fun of it? So you are welcome to talk to us about, again, Afro-longevity in the age of AGI. I'm not sure what that thing means. Rethinking African wellness, infrastructure, and ethics for a post-labor future. So we discussed bioenhanced future, and now we're going to talk about African wellness, infrastructure, ethics for a post-labor future. So please, Tonye Onyanabo, you have 15 minutes. Are you there?
Please, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. I'll begin by standing on all existing protocols, and I'll take a cue from the former speaker, saying that everybody who's spoken today has set the bar so high, and I just hope that I at least meet the bar. So my topic is a very simple topic, and it goes to the heart of what I believe transhumanism would come out to be in Africa. I'm talking about Afro-longevity in the age of AGI. What we mean by AGI is artificial general intelligence, rethinking African wellness, infrastructure, and ethics for a post-labor future. As the announcer said, my name is Onyanabo, and I'm from the University of Ibadan. So let's go into it. So here's the agenda for today. We're going to be talking about why Afro-longevity, Africa's position in the longevity revolution, post-labor health paradigms, indigenous wellness, AI ethics, and biopolitics, and conclude. I'll try as much as possible to stay between my allotted time and ensure that I try also to explain my views better. Introduction. We've all understood what the world is going through right now. A good number of people, one of which is the CEO of NVIDIA, I said it several times that we are in the fourth industrial revolution. And as all of us know, the AI race is not cooling, rather is increasing. So a good number of scholars have told us that the AI race is going to go on to what we have AGI, which is AI that can match everything a human can do. And then what we have is ASI, that's AI that passes human understanding. That's what we call artificial superintelligence. So right now, I ask myself one question. If we all accept the fact that the AI race is not going to stop and is going to keep on going ahead, it means that there's going to be a day when this AI will not only just surpass humans, they will pass humans, and eventually we as a species will have to merge with the machines. I understand that's a bit scary for some people, but that's the view I take. So right now, I begin to ask myself some questions. In that world, how would humans deal with their health? And not just humans, how would Africans deal? And one of these epochs, which is the artificial general intelligence era, is when, as I said earlier, artificial intelligence can match human skills. In that point, we see that the whole concept of labor, wellness, and human value will change. As we said here, in the AGI era, artificial general intelligence is transforming societies, shifting the basis of value from economic productivity to human well-being and creativity. Then another important aspect of this paper is to also talk about longevity. Now, longevity is no longer seen as a science. It's no longer seen as fiction. We are beginning to see it right now in our lives. Almost every new day, new labs are coming out saying that they're reversing aging. AlphaGo does discover some proteins that they can use to extend life. Even ChatGPT also worked with some people. Now, extending life is extending healthy lifespan. It's not only about medicine, but it's also about thinking how we sustain human flourishing in a post-labor world. So Afro-longevity is a fusion of AGI, indigenous systems, and ethics. Because when we start talking about the fact that 8 becomes the new 40. What's going to happen to African societies in that world? This is the things we want to dig into. And how are we going to fusing the African systems, the African way of life, and the new world that's coming, the artificial general intelligence? How are we going to fuse them together to create ethical frameworks and also create systems that integrate AI with African cultural wisdom? So let's deep into it. So basically, let's even talk about the longevity vision itself. Where is it coming from? Where is it going to? What can we distill it down to? So we can distill it down to four important things. We have wearables and continuous monitoring. We have devices right now, the smartwatches, the smart pacers that on the go are monitoring humans' health in real time. Now taking health from those being reactive to now being proactive. Now, but the problem is that with these things, even with these new devices, Africa has a risk. If Africa does not take any strategic action, it risks marginalization, which means that instead of us having AI tools that are built for Africans, we have AI tools that are built for other races, most likely Europeans, and then it means that we are relying on external technologies instead of shaping our own. Another important aspect of the global longevity revolution is in AI diagnostics. Right now, a whole number of farmers, big pharma are beginning to use artificial intelligence to rapidly iterate the drug discovery process. Also for disease detection. I read a paper, I think a couple of weeks ago, where a new lab came out and said from just a drop of your blood, they can give you a full health count of what is wrong with you, what they see wrong, what they see on the horizon. That alone is a whole big change. Then another important aspect is also gene therapy. Advances in genetic sciences has opened the pathway to correct age-related diseases. With the way the biosciences are going right now and how you're using artificial intelligence to push this research, we can see that in the coming years, most of these diseases that affected old people would actually be cured. And then we cannot begin to expand lifespan and health span at even the cellular level. These are very big things that will affect Africa, affect our cultures, and begs us to ask the question: how are we going to deal in this new world? However, what's our unique position as a continent? Our median Africa age is under 20, making it the youngest continent, a demography advantage for innovation and longevity research. Indigenous knowledge systems. Regardless of the fact that yes, we are in the 21st century, we know that a good number of countries in Africa still have connections with their indigenous roots. For example, in my country, Nigeria, the tradomedical practitioners are very, very active. So we are asking ourselves, is there no way we can merge this up with AI to bring up something that's much better? Then also genetic diversity, that's one of Africa's strongest points. A continent of 54 nations means that there's a large pool of genetics that we can work with, we can tinker with, we can have ideas with. A good example is in West Africa alone, we have over 500 tribes. That means there's a whole large pool of genetic landscape. And then last but not the least, there's the leapfrog potential. I think there's this guy in South Africa. I've forgotten his name right now. I said his name is Bees or so. He's the one that spoke about the leapfrogging potential of Africa. That when Africa wants to catch up with the technology, what happens is most likely a leapfrog. And he gave a perfect example in telecommunications and how Africa used the GSM to leapfrog to catch up with the rest of the world. So I also believe that using AGI and AI, we can also accelerate the leap of potential of Africa as regards for longevity and AGI. Now let us talk about the post-labor health paradigm. When we talk about the post-labor world, this is the world where, as I said earlier, in the world of AGI, where artificial intelligence has begun to match human productivity and in some cases surpasses it. In that world, that's the post-labor world, we discover that human labor is no more the basis of the economy. So in that world, what is going to happen there? How are we going to build a world to ensure that the human beings that live at that point in time do not feel useless and their health is also taken care of? That's the new structure or the paradigm which I feel is going to come up in the coming worlds. The base is labor economy, then it's followed by the proactive healthcare plus UBI. What do you mean by this? As societies begin to automate more, as we begin to outsource jobs to automation and artificial intelligence, it means that health becomes democratized. if you can build an AI system that can give people one-on-one interactive sessions with doctors, it means that healthcare becomes democratized. More people can have access to good healthcare. Not right now that one doctor serves 200 people. In a world where we have AGI, it means that more people have access to first-rate medical. Sorry, what's this? Sorry. More people have. What's wrong with this? Okay, thank you. More people have access to operate top-notch medical services. Last but not the least, human flourishing and creativity. So once we now begin to have proactive healthcare plus UBI, we expect that human creativity will flourish, because at this point you're no more thinking about your health. You have access to good healthcare. You're no more thinking about what to do because you built a system where there's UBI. Human labor is no more needed for the drugging tax. At this point, you expect that human creativity begins to flourish and begins to expand. So in an AGI world, what are these things that will affect our health? What happens in that new world that makes Afro-longevity better? First of all, is going to be the smart energy systems. Once we have AGI running energy systems of countries and nations, we would see and we will notice that the pressure on human beings will reduce. Renewable energy means that there's less carbon emission. Less carbon emission is tied to our lifespans. What does that mean? It means that our health begins to get better. People begin to live longer. Food security. Once AI begins to farm, once AI begins to get into logistics and the nitty-gritty of running businesses, what will happen is waste will reduce, because instead of having food crops that go to waste, they can be artificial intelligence through with AI-powered agriculture. Food waste reduces. We can also get nutrition for everybody and also support long-term wellness. How many minutes do you have to go, please?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay. So we talk about the transport and mobility. As I said earlier, transport also keys into energy systems. It also keys into that. Then we talk about sustainability and regeneration. All these are the important things that have to deal with having to extend having to extend the lifespans of Africans. Then AGI is, as I said earlier, the central engine of all of this that brings everything together. So what exactly does Africa have what exactly does Africa have as, once again, our food point, our key point? Our food systems are unique. Our plant medicine is unique. Our spiritualities and our communities are quite unique. And this is what makes Africa unique and separate from the whole world. Now, what are these risks that we're talking about for Afro-longevity and and AI enhanced health? We talked about the monopoly of enhancement, inequality in access, loss of dignity. But on the other hand, the solutions to these risks will be data sovereignty. Countries and nations must own their health data to avoid exploitation. We must make sure that whatever policies we make are rooted in our ethics, not another society's ethics, and also make sure that it's inclusive. So, last but not the least, what is Africa's role in this revolution? You have to move from a passive consumer to a co-creator and a leader in the space. This is what I believe in. So, in conclusion, Africa is the soul of the longevity revolution. It's not just about extending life, but enriching it with culture, ethics, and community. Technology has to serve humanity, not the other way around. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much for all. As I have to thank all the speakers. It is an intensive discussion, I must say. So thank you so much. Thank you. And the way that the speaker spoke, we can see that all these things are connected. They are all bonded up with this whole idea of enhancement. And which way is it leading? What is involved? What are the disadvantages or the disadvantages?